Here I'm just experimenting with a couple of plates. So the one at the rear is the original Atlas cradle for the transmission and the crankcase, and then the one here in the foreground is from, well, it's the one that was on the bike when I got it, and I believe it's from a G15 or an N15 Matchless. And so what you'll see is, of course, the Matchless cradle here, of course it's missing the legs that fit into this cross member at the back, and then the same at the bottom as well. It ends here. This is the end of the plate, whereas you'll see the Atlas plate goes all the way to the rear and would fit onto this lug at the back. So what's also a stark difference is you see how far in the plate goes for the Matchless fitting here, but the Norton Atlas at the back is set much further back, and actually this spring is going to be in the way, obviously, if I try and mount the Matchless gearbox in this plate here. So you see I've got some challenges. Another challenge here is that as we look at the front Matchless plate here, it's going to cause a problem. This is the lug that holds on the center stand, and if I was to insert the Matchless gearbox here, this is the bottom lug of the gearbox, there's no way that I'll get a bolt in here to support the bottom of the gearbox. So what I'm thinking, well, some of my options are obviously go with an Atlas gearbox or cut a new plate, but I think as far as this is concerned, what I might do is go with all the right hand side nuts and bolts here, which are perfect. I might just tidy this up a little bit, make it a little closer to the crankcase, but then move everything out by perhaps 1 inch or so as it comes to this profile here, so that it's almost, it follows the same shape as this but just set back maybe 1 inch or so, and that will allow some space here for me to mount the gearbox using this frame, this cradle. But at the same time I would take this cradle and extend it as far as this is concerned, so that, and the bottom as well, so that both the feet are extended on the new plate so that they fit onto the lugs here and here whenever I get that top one. So essentially overlaying the Matchless plate on top of the Atlas plate and combining the two plates into one new plate, so that I can utilize the Matchless gearbox in the Atlas frame. Yeah. Wow, hope that made sense. Anyway, so next step will be to sort of kind of clean up the plates and then start drawing a template, getting some cardboard out and see if I can make a profile of what a plate might look like. Also, another problem is, as I'd mentioned earlier, this spring for the center stand. It works fantastic right now as it is, but the only problem is that will not work with the Matchless gearbox. So the G15 actually had this spring down here. It was kind of like a horizontal spring that was set on the stand itself. So I might have to find a mounting point, but what I'll do probably first of all is take this Atlas plate off the back and then put the other Matchless plate on, just as it was when I got the bike obviously, but the engine is sitting much further down, and then see what room I've got to play with to see if I can utilize this Atlas spring and this mounting point here in the Matchless plates.